Hello everyone. I want to present my review on study of immunology by immunology. Now, hello, can you hear me? Hello,
We can hear you, Mr. Praneeth
hello.
Kumar. You can
Yeah,
proceed.
yeah. Okay. Thank you. And this article is summarize the type of immunity and introduction in detail about the immunology, and it also summarized about the monoclonal antibodies and detail about the vaccines. And also I summarize about the genetic disorders and type of genetic disorders and genetic therapies, and also I describe the hybridoma technology. Actually, the hybridomas are cells which are engineered to supply favored antibody in gained quantities, and monoclonal antibodies can be produced in specialized cells via a system now popularly often called hybridoma technology. And also vaccines are at the body admire and bottle infection diseases. On traditional vaccines use weakened and killed form of an epidemic on bacteria to stimulate the immune approach to create the antibodies as a way to provide the resistance to the elements. And most of the time just one or few proteins on the surface of the microorganisms or otherwise called antigens and set off the production of antibodies. A genetic sickness is an illness brought about by way of abnormalities in genes or chromosomes at the same time. And some illness and similar to melanoma or due to uh, partially to genetic problems. They can also cause it by using environmental reasons. And also most problem are rather rare and have an effect of one person in every number of thousands or millions. Some types of recessive gene disorders confer an advantage within the heterogeneous state in designated environment. And coming to the introduction part, actually is the immunology means it's actually the immune is derived from the Latin word. It's immune meaning is exempt from the charges, and its immunology subject is a wide branch of biomedical science. This covers up study of all parts of immune systems in living beings, and it concurs with the physiological working of the resistance strategy in conditions of every well-being and infections. And the immune process is remarkably adaptive safeguard system which is competent to generate a sort of cells and molecules able to specify, recognizing, disposing of kind of limitless foreign invades into the process. And also it's capable of recognizing and distinguishing one parent pathogen from the others. Once it's recognized from foreign organisms, it works on effectively either eliminate or neutralize them. And coming to the next one, I want to explain the types of immunity over here. We have two types of immunity here: innate immunity and adaptive immunity. And innate immunity is a natural immunity, nothing but is natural resistance with which the person is born. It provides the resistance through the several physical and chemical and cellular approaches. And microbes first come upon the epithelial layers and physical limitations that line our epidermis and mucous membranes, and subsequent general defenses compromise secreted chemical indicators or like cytokines, antimicrobial elements of fever and pathogenic undertaking associated with the inflammatory response. The next, adaptive immunity is mainly subdivided into two main forms depending on how the immunity was afforded, and separated into two principal shapes and laying upon. And actually naturally brought immunity happened by the way of contact with the disease causing agent and when the contact was not deliberate, whereas artificially acquired immunity develops most effective through deliberate movements corresponding to the vaccination. And both naturally and artificially obtained immunity can be additionally subdivided depending on the whether immunity is brought about in the host or possibly transferred from an immune host, and positive immunity is obtained by the use of switch off antibodies or activated T cells from an immune host and is short time lived and used in just a couple of months. So a dynamic immunity is brought on within the host itself through antigen and lasts much longer existent lengthily. And finally, a conclusion that this article is suggested the fascinating subject of ocular mycology is a basic understanding immunology necessary. Everyone is need for their future research work, and if practitioners are therapeutically expect their patients, further articles in this series will be help to reinforce the concept of this challenge subjects. Here are the reference for my articles, and thank you very much everyone for giving the opportunity to participate to present my review article. Thank you very much.